Some of the most legendary singers in music history almost didn't get their chance to shine. Imagine a world where Freddie Mercury never joined Queen, or Michael Jackson wasn't the lead of the Jackson 5. Unbelievable, right? Yet, these near misses are real. Behind the scenes, countless moments of doubt, clashes with industry insiders, and outright rejections nearly derailed the careers of icons we now revere. In this list, we dive deep into 15 extraordinary artists whose irreplaceable talent and resilience defied the odds. Artists who prove that sometimes greatness is just one decision away. Freddie Mercury, Queen. Freddie Mercury's place in music history as the legendary frontman of Queen almost didn't happen. Before Mercury joined, Queen was led by Tim Staffel. When Staffel left the band in 1970, the remaining members, Brian May and Roger Taylor, considered several singers before Freddie Mercury stepped up. After joining, Mercury's flamboyant stage presence and unparalleled vocal range transformed Queen into one of the most iconic rock bands in history. Imagine a world without Bohemian Rhapsody as we know it. It's a chilling thought. His influence didn't just stay within the realm of music. Mercury's charisma and persona made him a cultural icon, celebrated for his individuality and artistry. Over time, Queen's creative collaborations would redefine rock music, making his addition to the band one of the most crucial decisions in music history. Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5. Though Michael Jackson's unique talent is undeniable, there was a time when Motown executives questioned whether he should remain the lead singer of the Jackson 5. In the group's early days, his older brothers often shared lead vocals, and some decision-makers felt Michael's young age and high-pitched voice might not appeal to a broad audience. However, Michael's magnetic stage presence and vocal abilities quickly silenced critics. From a young age, he demonstrated an uncanny ability to connect with audiences, a trait that would carry him far beyond his years with the Jackson 5. As he matured, his talents grew exponentially, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest performers of all time. Songs like ABC and I Want You Back showcased his innate ability to lead the group to stardom. Elvis Presley. Before Elvis Presley became the king of rock and roll, he faced significant resistance. Early in his career, Presley auditioned for the Songfellows, a gospel quartet, and was rejected. The group believed his voice was not strong enough to harmonize. Later, Sun Records producer Sam Phillips considered replacing him with a more polished singer for recording sessions. But Presley's unique voice and charisma eventually convinced Phillips to give him a chance, paving the way for an unprecedented career. Elvis's ability to blend gospel, blues, and country into a new sound revolutionized music. His performances, characterized by his unmistakable voice and electrifying moves, turned him into a global phenomenon, defying the doubts of those who initially underestimated him. Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses initially struggled to find the right lineup. Axl Rose's eccentric behavior and powerful voice made him a polarizing figure. Early on, band members clashed with him so severely that they considered finding another lead singer. Despite these tensions, Rose's raw talent and energy were integral to the band's explosive success. Songs like Welcome to the Jungle and Sweet Child O' Mine became legendary largely because of his unmistakable vocal delivery. Axl's ability to channel raw emotion into his performances resonated deeply with fans, cementing his place in rock history. His onstage antics and unique voice defined an era of excess and rebellion in rock music. Whitney Houston. Before Whitney Houston became one of the most celebrated voices in pop music, she nearly missed her big break. In the early 1980s, record executives at Arista weren't sure if Whitney's gospel-influenced voice would resonate with pop audiences. Some even suggested replacing her with another singer for her debut album. Clive Davis, however, saw her star potential and fought to keep her. The result? Iconic hits like I Will Always Love You and Greatest Love of All that defined a generation. Whitney's voice transcended genre boundaries, bridging gospel, pop, and R&B in a way that few others have ever achieved. Her success paved the way for countless artists and solidified her place as a legend. Paul McCartney, the Beatles. Even Paul McCartney's legendary status as a Beatle was once in question. In the early days of the Quarrymen, the precursor to the Beatles, John Lennon was initially hesitant about inviting McCartney to join the group. Lennon worried that McCartney's talent might overshadow his own. However, their creative chemistry became the foundation of one of the most influential bands in history. Without McCartney, we might never have heard classics like Hey Jude or Let It Be. The songwriting partnership between Lennon and McCartney is now considered one of the greatest in music history, producing a legacy that continues to inspire musicians around the world. Aretha Franklin. Aretha Franklin's journey to becoming the Queen of Soul was not without obstacles. Early in her career, record labels and producers were unsure about how to market her voice. Columbia Records initially tried to mold her into a jazz and pop singer, even considering other vocalists for certain projects. It wasn't until her move to Atlantic Records that her full potential was unleashed, producing timeless hits like Respect and Natural Woman. Aretha's powerful, emotive performances not only set her apart from her peers, but also turned her into a symbol of empowerment and resilience. Her work remains a cornerstone of American music. Steven Tyler, Aerosmith. Before Aerosmith's rise to fame, Steven Tyler's vocal style and personality almost cost him his place in the band. During the early days, disagreements over musical direction and Tyler's ambitious ideas led to tensions within the group. Some members considered replacing him with a more conventional rock singer. However, Tyler's high-energy performances and distinctive voice became the cornerstone of Aerosmith's identity, leading to massive success with tracks like Dream On and Walk This Way. Over decades, Tyler's ability to reinvent himself and the band has kept Aerosmith relevant across generations. Madonna. Madonna's journey to becoming the Queen of Pop was fraught with doubts from industry insiders. Early in her career, some producers considered using session singers for her recordings, believing her voice lacked the strength to carry pop hits. Madonna's determination and unique style won out, making her one of the most influential artists of all time with hits like a Virgin and Vogue. Beyond her music, Madonna's ability to push boundaries and redefine artistry in pop culture has made her an enduring figure. Her resilience and adaptability ensured her place as a pioneer. Kurt Cobain, Nirvana. Kurt Cobain's raw vocal style and haunting lyrics defined Nirvana, but not everyone appreciated his approach in the band's early days. Before the release of Nevermind, Cobain's unconventional singing drew criticism from some producers and label executives. Suggestions to replace him with a more traditional vocalist were quickly dismissed as the band's grunge sound resonated with the generation. Songs like Smells Like Teen Spirit became emblematic of a cultural shift. Cobain's ability to channel raw emotion into his music made him the voice of a generation, influencing countless bands and artists. Beyoncé, Destiny's Child. Before Beyoncé was a global superstar, she was a member of Destiny's Child. Early on, tensions within the group and disagreements with management led to several lineup changes. Some industry insiders questioned whether Beyoncé should remain the lead singer. Her commanding stage presence and powerful voice proved them wrong, paving the way for hits like Say My Name and her eventual solo stardom. Beyoncé's drive and vision have since propelled her into a league of her own, making her one of the most successful and influential artists of all time. Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne's wild antics and unique voice were central to Black Sabbath's identity, but his place in the band was not always secure. During the band's early years, Osbourne's unpredictable behavior and strained relationships with other members made them consider finding a replacement. Despite the conflicts, Osbourne's haunting vocals on tracks like Paranoid and Iron Man helped define the heavy metal genre. Osbourne's eventual solo career further solidified his status as one of rock's greats. Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey's whistle register and vocal range are unmatched, but her debut nearly went in a different direction. When Carey's demo tape landed in the hands of Columbia Records, some executives suggested re-recording her songs with a more established vocalist. However, her champion, Tommy Mottola, insisted she keep her voice front and center. Her debut album, and hits like Vision of Love, launched her into superstardom. Carey's ability to blend pop, R&B, and gospel influences made her one of the most successful artists of her generation. Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen's rise to fame was not without skepticism. Early in his career, record label executives doubted whether his gritty voice and storytelling style would appeal to mainstream audiences. Some even suggested using other singers for his recordings. Springsteen stuck to his guns, and albums like Born to Run and Born in the USA cemented his place as a rock icon. His authentic approach to songwriting and connection with everyday struggles resonated with millions, establishing him as the boss. Janice Joplin. Janice Joplin's raw, emotional performances made her a legend, but her unconventional style initially caused hesitation among industry professionals. In her early days with Big Brother and the Holding Company, some critics and producers felt her raspy voice was too rough for commercial success. Suggestions to replace her with a more polished singer were quickly abandoned as her passionate delivery captivated audiences. Hits like Piece of My Heart and Me and Bobby McGee became her enduring legacy. Joplin's ability to bare her soul through music made her an enduring icon of counterculture. These 15 singers faced moments of doubt and potential replacement, yet they persevered and shaped the music world as we know it. Their stories remind us that belief in one's unique talent often leads to greatness, and the impact of their resilience continues to inspire artists and fans around the globe.